Hello everybody, this is Baka Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG video. This time we're taking a look at a new deck coming out of the Shrouded Fable set. This is going to be a deck based around the Loyal 3. I did get some ideas for this deck off of deck lists from online. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So, what I would say is, even though it's a Loyal 3 deck, I would say the most featured Pokemon in this deck is going to be Okidogi EX, because it is your main attacker. For its first attack, with the poisonous musculature, search your deck for up to 2 basic dark energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to a Pokemon this way, this Pokemon is now poisoned. So this is a nice little setup. Okidogi can set itself up. Of course, there are some quicker ways to do so, but Okidogi can set itself up, because that costs a single colorless energy, and then its second attack for 2 dark energies and 1 colorless energy is Chain Craze. It does 130 damage. If this Pokemon is poisoned, this attack does 130 more. So you're poisoning yourself with your first attack and building up your energy to be able to use Chain Craze on the second turn. But we do have some other Pokemon that kind of help Okidogi out, as well as some trainer cards. First of these cards that are going to help our Okidogi is the Pecharunt EX. With its ability Subjugating Chains, once during your turn you may switch one of your bench Dark-type Pokemon, except for another Pecharunt EX, with your active Pokemon. If you do, the new active Pokemon is now poisoned if you can't use more than 1 Subjugating Chain ability each turn. You can't use more than 1 Subjugating Chain ability each turn. So, if Okidogi's on the bench, you can use Pecharunt EX to bring it up to the active and poison it. Of course, you still need your 3 energies to be able to attack. We have some item cards that can help with that. Pecharunt EX also just does have its own attack for 2 dark energies. The Irritated Outburst. This attack does 60 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So, late game, big hitter is what this Pecharunt is. Just sits on the bench, sets up your Okidogis, switches things in, and then does a big Irritated Burst at the end of the game. Now, we did mention this is a Loyal 3 deck, so of course the other 2 of the Loyal 3 are going to be involved in this deck. We have a single copy of Fezandipiti EX with its ability Flip the Script. We know this. This card's going to be everywhere. I'm warning you now. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use more than 1 Flip the Script ability each turn. So we're only running 1 because you can only use it once. And Fezandipiti, you really don't want being out on the bench until something gets knocked out, because you can keep it off the bench until that point. So Fezandipiti isn't a liability. We also are running 2 different kinds of Munkidori in this deck. I see a lot of people just running the Munkidori EX. It does have a fun ability if this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, and if you have any Pecharunt EX in play, your opponent takes 1 fewer prize card. So this is a single prize Pokemon, has 210 HP, so it's really big HP pool to take out for only 1 prize. Its attack is what I don't really like about Munkidori. It, of course, has to have a drawback with that kind of ability. For 2 darkness energies and a colorless energy, Dirty Headbutt does 190 damage, and then during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Dirty Headbutt. So it's kind of a way to start setting up your Okidogi on the bench, and then get this big hit off, and then switch in the Okidogi. I just don't care for it. Like, 190 is really nice, but it's the drawback of not being able to do that same attack next turn. I know there's a lot of good cards that do that, but because of that, I am also running 2 Munkidori, just the normal ones with the Adrena Brain. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any dark energy attached to it, you may move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This really helps, too, because we're poisoning our own Okidogi a lot, so we can help keep our Okidogi a little more healthy by using Munkidori to move some of those damage counters away. This deck also runs a card that we don't see too often, Morpeko, with his ability In a Hungry Hurry. If this Pokemon has no energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. So it's a good way to get it swapped out of the active spot if we don't want to use our Pecharunt to poison our own Pokemon. And its attack for 2 dark energies, Energizer Wheel, does a decent 70 damage, and also you move 2 dark energies from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So another good way to power up Okidogis or the Munkidori. I mean, the Fezandipiti's attack isn't awful either. I did forget to mention that. The Cruel Arrow for 3 colorless energies, its attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's a good way to snipe things off the bench, especially. that are trying to hide from getting KO'd. We are also running this. Now we're kind of getting into the even more of the supporter Pokemon, but this one's just kind of another big swinger, kind of like Pecharunt EX. This is Roaring Moon EX, only one in this deck. We aren't too worried about the Calamity Storm. You can use Calamity Storm if you want to, or if you have to. It's one of those things where it's like, you really don't want to have to use it. It's here for the Frenzied Gouging. Knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out in this way, this Pokemon does 200 damage to itself. So, end game attack. If you're staring down a big EX that takes a lot of damage to KO, and you only have 2 prize cards left to do, Frenzied Gouge takes care of that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Outside of that, we have our supporters Mew EX, Radiant Greninja, and Squawkabilly EX. Let's move on to some trainer cards. So we do have a new trainer card in this deck. It's a new Pokemon tool called Binding Mochi. Attacks used by the poison Pokemon this card is attached to do 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if we pair this with Okidogi, when it's poisoned, it does 260 damage from its Chain Craze, plus the 40 from the Binding Mochi brings it to 300 damage with a single attack. It's kind of crazy. It's in a weird spot where it doesn't KO like Dragapult and Charizard, but it's still a ton of damage and KOs a lot, almost everything else with a one hit. I mean, 260 already KOs a ton of things, but we get to get a couple more with that extra 40 from the Binding Mochi. We also are running Dark Patch in this deck, so you can attach basic Dark Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. This is a good way to power up Okidogi quickly if you aren't able to use its Poisonous Musculature attack. We also have energy switches, so we can move things off of other Pokemon. Like, if we have to Dark Patch things on the bench, we can move it up to the active Pokemon. And, again, more Dark Energy acceleration. We have Janine's Secret Art. Choose up to 2 of your Dark Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a basic Dark Energy card and attach to that Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to your active Pokemon this way, it is now poisoned. So, another easy way, power up Okidogi, get it poisoned. You know, that's just the name of the game. Okidogi is so strong that it's kind of your focus. So we have a lot of cards to help with that. Outside of those, we do have one other new card in the set. It is the Night Stretcher. Put a Pokemon or a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. So it's kind of a quicker Super Rod, except you get less cards off of it. But in exchange, it goes straight to your hand rather than going into your deck. So a good way to get cards that you really need back really quickly. So we're running one of those. We're running one Super Rod. We have ways to pull Pokemon in with 2 Poke Catchers, a Prime Catcher, and Boss's Orders. We have ways to search for Pokemon with 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest Ball. Other supporters, we have 2 Arvens, helps us get that Binding Mochi, and then 2 Ionos, just good. Disruption, 4 Trekking Shoes, anything else? Oh, I have 2 Switch Carts in here, and that's purely for if you're like Okidogi is getting really low, or if it only has 3 damage counters on it, you just want to get rid of that, you can use Switch Cart, get your Okidogi back to the bench, use Pecharunt again to bring it out to the active, and poison it once again. So it's just a way to kind of keep your active Pokemon a little healthier. And then we have 9 energy cards, Dark Energies. A lot of the lists I saw had 11, but I ended up dropping 2 of those 4 Switch Carts. We're going to get some games, and I'm going to show you how, like, I played 2 games. I didn't get too much out of it because my first opponent conceded instantly, and the second one conceded as soon as I got Okidogi ready to go and instantly KO'd their Pokemon. So we're going to try and get some good games here to show off this deck. And you guys also let me know what you would change if you're running this deck, or if you're not, you're just theory crafting, what you would change about this deck down in the comment section below, or just what you think about the deck in general. Otherwise, let's get some battles. All right, opponent is flipping the coin. As far as this deck goes, I think going second is better because you can attack turn 1 with this deck, and there's no like evolutions. Plus, you want to be able to play your supporters right away. So, personally, methinks it's better to go second. We get to choose because our opponent missed the coin toss, so they didn't pick tails. You always pick tails, always lose, you know? All right, let's start the counter. There's 1 concede so far. I've played 1 game. Hi, Mulligan. I played 1 game, and they conceded at turn 2. So, it's unfortunate. I hope it doesn't happen too often, because I would like to get some good games for this video, but if we just have people conceding the whole time, it's kind of hard to record battles, you know? So we're going to mulligan once, thankfully. And not a bad start. Not really a way to get energies right away, which kind of sucks, but we're here for it. We're going to start with our Okidogi. And see what kind of deck my opponent's running. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Surprisingly, the one that conceded previously was a Blood Moon Ursaluna. The thing about Blood Moon Ursaluna is you want to be playing it from your hand. So if you start off with it, it's not as good. Because it's ability battle hardened. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, during your turn, you may drop to 2 basic fighting cards from... you may attach 2 basic fighting cards from your hand to this Pokemon. And then it does 100 damage... plus 30 for each more damage count on this Pokemon. Now, Iron Valiant's coming out. And when it comes up from the bench, you put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. Iron Valiant is weak to Steel. But if we get Poison, we can just one-hit KO it. But we have to get energy on the Okidogi first. So let's see if my opponent's able to play anything else. They're going to Ultra Ball. Get rid of Iono and a Jet Energy. Another Iron Valiant. I'm gonna play it. And a Jet Energy on the Iron Valiant so they can do an additional 20 damage to my Okidogi. Take 40 damage off the rip. Yeah, so they're doing the Iron Valiants to power up the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I see, I get you. John, another Dark Patch. That's so bad. This is so bad for us. I'm not going to lie to you all. I'm going to drop the Okidogi down. I'm just going to end the turn. Or the Munkidori, not the Okidogi. We got no ways to power up our Okidogi. No energies in general. Not awesome, really. Let's see if my opponent has anything they can do. I do only have 3 cards, so I hope the answer is no. Yep, they're just going to pass. Perfect. That's what we needed. We have a Dark Energy, so we can start powering up our young man here. Who's man's? Poisonous, Musculature. We'll get us 2 Darkness Energies. Attach them to Okidogi. And we're going to poison ourselves, which kind of sucks. But we still have 200 HP left, so... As long as they don't, like, randomly turbocharge this Ursaluna, we'll be fine. And I have a sneaking suspicion I should just target that Ursaluna, right? Oh, they're just going to end the turn. They're not getting anything, which is really helpful for me. Because of how badly we started off. So I'm going to attach the Poisonous Mochi. I actually don't feel the need to pull up that Ursaluna, because it has no energy on it, right? So it's just kind of a waste of my time. So I'm just going to Chain Craze to KO the Iron Valiant. That's the 2 prize cards right there, if I've ever seen it. They're probably going to make the Blood Moon active, because I want to be able to try and switch in the Iron Valiant to get additional damage off of my Okidogi. An Earthen Vessel. Does Earthen Vessel get any energy or just basic? It's only basic. Okay, so they can't get the Jet Energies. But they do get 2 Fighting Energies. So if they have a Blood Moon in their hand, this would be really good for them. But we do have the Night Stretcher. And 2 Dark Patches. So if they do KO this Okidogi, I can just get it right back out instantly. But we will have the Munkidori stuck in the active. And we won't be poisoned, which would be the big thing. Okay, they're just going to pass the turn. We got a Nest Ball. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to boss orders up the Iron Valiant this time. We're going to play Nest Ball. for Pecharunt in case our Okidogi somehow gets KO'd. This will help us out here. We can play a Trekking Shoes. No, I'll discard that Dark Energy. For another Trekking Shoes, I'll play that. Yeah, I'll grab that Okidogi. So we can actually start powering up this Okidogi. What I could actually do here... Well, no, we can leave him active for now. That's fine. Because I could, like, you know, get that Okidogi ready to go, but I don't need to right now. We're just going to KO this Iron Valiant. Leave it so it's just the Blood Moon there. And here comes this Blood Moon. I think the only thing that's could really go wrong here is if they draw Blood Moon here, because they could power it up and I have no way of getting it back. They're going to Night Stretcher. Grab an Iron Valiant. Play the Iron Valiant. Why is my discard pile freaking out? Okay, so they do have the Blood Moon. What's happening with my discard pile? Why is it switching back and forth between Trekking Shoes and Dark Patch? They're just going to pass the turn. Okay. Got another Pecharunt. I don't need that, though. Here's what I can do. I can just Subjugating Chains up my Okidogi, so this one isn't sad. I mean, it's still sad, but it's on the bench now, so it's less sad, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna Energy Switch this turn instead of playing Energy, because I don't need to. I'm gonna attach to this Munkidori, and then Okidogi can attack for 260, KO this Ursaluna. Like, I could have left that other Okidogi active and let their Blood Moon KO it, but this just ensures a better result for us. Methinks. Don't want to give away prize cards for free in case something really bad happens the next turn. They're able to shut down everything I'm doing. And also KO that Okidogi. Wouldn't be awesome. I don't know that there is a way to do that, but you never know. So my opponent is going to play a Nest Ball. They going for another Iron Valiant, maybe? So if they... Okay, Fezandipiti, so they can draw 3. I'm just trying to think. Because you can do 150... Oh no, it's 30 for each damage counter. So if they can get a couple Iron Valiants out, they could probably still KO me. I'm actually weak to Ursaluna, too. So, they honestly would just have to get one Iron Valiant off, right? And then they could KO this Okidogi. But we have a second one, so. And Nest Ball. It's just if they have energy for this Ursaluna. They're just going to play a Switch for the Iron Valiant, so it does extra damage. I mean, that Ursaluna could just KO'd me if they had an energy card, so I don't think they have an energy card. And that's just going to be game. I like this deck. I do. It just didn't... it didn't get off the way they wanted it to, right? So I can just chain Craze to KO this Iron Valiant. And that's our first true win for the Okidogi. Everybody else has conceded against Okidogi. So technically there's 3 concedes so far, but there's only 1 for this video that you guys didn't see because I didn't bother putting that in. But yeah, we got that battle off. Let's find us another one. All right, we always do tails. We always lose. So let's get it. It's heads. We lost. We did done did we did done did we diddly did done done did it we did. Lose. See if my opponent is around. They chose the... Oh, no, we chose the coin toss. Okay, I was going to say, you here? I will go first. That's unfortunate for us, but we'll just have to work with that. Especially with this start. A Munkidori Fezandipiti start. Kind of poo, not going to lie. We'll start by dropping Monkey and Fezandipiti. With the Okidogi sleeves, I worry this is a Raging Bolt deck, and that could just bop my Munkidori turn 1. I'd rather that didn't happen. I mean, if it's going to happen, yeah, it's Raging Bolt. Whoa, it's the Sandy Shocks EX. I know some versions run this. I prefer normal Sandy Shocks, so I can't get blocked by EX blockers and ability blockers. Once your turn, your opponent has 4 or fewer prize cards remaining, you may attach a fighting energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Okay. It's just an additional boost for the Raging Bolt. I do have a switch card that doesn't help me in the situation. But if somehow they can't KO my Munkidori, I guess, we'll have the Adrena Brain next turn. And if not, there's a Dark Energy in the discard pile for us to use for Dark Patch. So I will end my turn here. We do have a switch card, so we can get Fezandipiti out of the active if Munkidori gets KO'd. The problem is we somehow need to get Okidogi next turn. But it's not looking too good. What I need for to have happen is my opponent not get energies in the discard pile. Or, I mean, just don't get energies would be perfect. Oh, well, there's one. So Lightning Energy on the Raging Bolt. They're going to Earth Infest, so are they able to discard an energy? Fighting Energy that would be the issue. Okay, Grass Energy I can live with. They do get an electric kind of Fighting Energy, though. Do they have a way to discard that Fighting Energy? Pokemon Catcher. They're just going to try and kill my Fezandipiti? That's kind of rude. Tails. Good. That's what you deserve. Don't try to kill my Fezandipiti, man. That's kind of freaking rude, man. Earth and Vessel, so they're able to discard the Fighting Energy. Oh, they discard the Lost Vacuum, though. For 2 Grass Energies. And then just Burst Roar. Oh, okay, they're getting rid of a bunch of energies. That makes a little more sense. Because they didn't have the Professor Sala in their hand. We pull a Roaring Moon. That kind of sucks. I kind of need to play Arven here, unfortunately. So I will. I will play the Arven. I need to grab Nest Ball. And a Binding Mochi for fun. So thin out my deck a little bit. Play the Nest Ball for the Okidogi. Attach a Binding Mochi so I can't get freaking zip-zapped. Do I want to keep my Munkidori? No. I'd rather Munkidori go down so I can have... So they only get 1 prize first off, and then also I can have Fezandipiti draw. See the Ogerpon. See the Nest Ball. Another Ogerpon, of course. Nest Ball. For another Raging Bolt. Energy Retrieval to be able to attack with the Raging Bolt this turn if they want. Or they could just go for 2 TOMS, which is what they're going to do here. If they don't have the Professor Sada, they're fishing for it with the Teal Dance. Or a way to get their Fighting Energy. So they'll be able to kill Munkidori for sure here. Bravery Charm onto the Raging Bolt. Pokestop. Pokestop might help me here. Okay, they're going to get a Switch Card and a Nest Ball. Nest Ball. for another Raging Bolt. Electric Energy onto the Raging Bolt, and they do have Professor Silas. So now they're going to have 2 Raging Bolts powered up. Actually, yeah, no, they don't have 2 Fighting Energies in the discard, but they do get another Electric Energy onto their Raging Bolt. And my poor little Munkidori is dead. Yeah, we got not an awesome start here, so we're playing behind the 8-ball. And against a Raging Bolt, you really don't want to start bad, because the deck is so fast. There goes Munkidori. Thank you, Professor Sada, for that next turn. Single prize card, though, which is nice. I bring in my Fezandipiti, because I can switch out of it. I want to be able to try and get my Okidogi poisoned. If I can, let's do a Trekking Shoes. No, Pokemon Catcher is not going to help me here. Janine's Secret Art. Not what I needed. Let's do Fezandipiti. Flip the script. We have all of our Janine's Secret Arts, if that matters. So what I really need to have happen here, I can manually attach Dark Energy. Ultra Ball. Drop Super Rod. I've got 1,000 Janine Secret Arts, so I don't need those. How many cards are in my hand? Too many for Mew. I could go Pecharunt. Or I could go Morpeko. I think Morpeko. Like, I like the Pecharunt idea. But I think if I don't hit what I need off a Pokestop, we're kind of just boned. The Morpeko might have been a throw too, actually. Hold on. I'm going to Pokestop because I need to get Dark Patch. None of those are Dark Patch. I do also get my Pecharunt, so that's something. That's not nothing, that's for sure. Let's Nest Ball. Don't really have a Dark type that can swing for a single energy cost. Like, we have that Okidogi that can poisonous musculature, but that doesn't help. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to grab a Radiant Greninja. It's probably not the play. I mean, I have to Janine Secret Art here. Grab a Dark Energy for Okidogi and Pecharunt. Nice Switch Cart into Morpeko. And then Morpeko is a Sacrificial Lamb. Yes. Morpeko Sacrificial Lamb, because next turn I can Okidogi. As long as we don't get bosses ordered or Prime Catchered or anything like that. So maybe it would have been better to grab a second Okidogi rather than Radiant Greninja, but I was thinking of the draw potential when I grabbed Radiant Greninja. We'll see if it's my downfall. Okay, the professor saw this, so that takes out the boss's orders potential. But there is still Pokemon Catcher, and there is still Prime Catcher. Palpad. Pokestop. Big kills. They do get an Earthen Vessel off it, but they don't get a Poke Catcher, which is the big thing, or a Prime Catcher. Those were the big things. They can try to Earthen Vessel for some grass energies to do the teal dances to try and get it. But I think if they're able to pull my Okidogi up and KO it, then we're kind of cooked. So we'll see if not grabbing... Okay, they're just going to Burst Roar. Wow, they're just going to Burst Roar. They don't even KO the Morpeko. That's fine. That is fine. I will take that. Because the fun thing about Morpeko is it has a free retreat cost. So I can bring up the Okidogi. I can play Janine's Secret Art for the Okidogi and the Pecharunt. Which poisons the Okidogi. And now I can just attack for 300 damage, KOing the Raging Bolt. Big KO. Take 2 prize cards off of that. Get a Dark Patch and Okidogi EX. Perfect. I mean, not 100% perfect, because obviously we still have to build up that Okidogi, but better than nothing. And I only have... Well, I was going to say, I only have 1 Dark Energy in the discard, but there will be 3 more if this Okidogi gets KO'd. All of our Janine Secret Arts are in the discard. So I would need a Dark Energy and... another way to get a Dark Energy. Like another Dark Patch. We will have Fezandipiti draw, which is nice. But at the end of the day, worst case scenario, I have to Morpeko this turn, right? Professor saw this, so the Raging Bull will be powered up. So they're going to be able to KO my Okidogi here. But we'll live with that. The Radiant Greninja. My opponent has 8 cards left in their deck, and they're drawing 2 more, so they have 6. They don't have Iono. They're Trekking Shoes. They're just throwing out everything, man. Nest Ball. Fighting Energy. Bellowing Thunder will KO. $208 is a lot of energy's gone. A lot of energy's gone. But they do still have 1 powered up on the bench. If I can actually somehow pull that 1 active and KO it, that'd be perfect. But that's also asking for a lot. We're gonna Okidogi. We're gonna Fezandipiti. Flip the script. Oh, we had another Janine's. I'm a liar. So what we can do then... Because I think there's maybe 1 more Dark Energy. So let's actually Janine Secret Art to make sure of that. Okay, I only have the 1, thankfully. Well, not thankfully, but, you know, thankfully enough. Dark Patch. Grab a Dark Energy, put it on the Okidogi. Pecharunt, what is your attack again? Does 60 damage for each prize card your opponent's taken. And they taken 3. Can I KO with... No, it's only 180. It's only 180 with Pecharunt right now. Is Ultra Ball gonna get us anything? I think we're kind of done with the Munkidori EX kind of stuff. Let's see my whole deck here. So I've played a supporter this turn. Munkidori won't help me. I have 3 Dark Patches and 2 Energy Switches. A second Pecharunt just in case. The thing is I need this Pokestop to come up big. I haven't manually attached for the turn. Night Stretcher coming in clutch, baby boys. Now we can Pecharunt to Subjugating Chains. Bring the monkey, or the Okidogi active. Poison it. I'm going to put down the Pecharunt because I don't want to get Iono'd and then one of my Pecharunts get killed. I mean, for prosperity's sake, I might as well attach the Binding Mochi and then punch this Raging Bull for 300. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get the other Raging Bolt, but we'll make do with what we had. So I have a Dark Energy in my hand. Pecharunt will be able to KO Raging Bolt. Pecharunt will in fact be able to KO Raging Bolt. If they KO my Okidogi. So I think we might have the game here. Okay, that's a little bit harder, I think. It's a little bit harder for Nask. But it's 60 times 5, which is 300, right? So I think, yeah, we should still be able to KO. Teal Dance. I mean, they might as well use all of their cards in their deck this turn because this is potentially their last turn, right? Pokemon Catcher. That's fine. Tails. Doesn't work. Get out of here, son. Boss's orders. Okay. That's so fine. My Okidogi still comes up and kills you next turn. That's why I have the second Pecharunt. Bellowing Thunder. It was a valiant attempt, but not valiant enough. Yeah, I mean, it could have KO'd the Okidogi, and then I would have the Pecharunt to attack. You can KO the Pecharunt, I still have the Okidogi, you know? Bring up the Morpeko. Subjugating Chains. To bring the Okidogi back to active. Poison myself. Big 300 damage to KO the Raging Bolt for the game. Woo! Even playing so far behind, we were able to pull that out. Okidogi is crazy, man. Like, I expect to see this deck actually around quite a bit. Is it as strong as some of the other decks? I don't think so. I think we got a little lucky there. But it is a really strong deck, so I highly suggest checking it out. What are we looking like on recording time? You know what? No. Yeah. No. Let's do one more. All right. Of Mudkip and Men. What a name. Oh, and they got the Marnie sleeves. I wish I had those on here. It's the only way they don't peel. And the Marnie coin. It's just that collection is just so expensive at this point now that it's not really worth getting the whole thing because the cards are pretty useless. Do I want to go first? No. I guess I could, like, just buy the code. Find the code somewhere and just buy that. If any of you have the code and don't want to use it, I'll take it. Oh, God. What is this hand? We're going to lead Greninja and hit the big old done button. Okay. Charizard? Charizard was another deck I thought about running this week because Charizard Pecharunt's going to be really good, but I wanted to see who won Worlds first because I have a sneaking suspicion it's either going to be Charizard or Regidrago that wins Worlds, and I want to use that deck on the following week, so that's why we haven't seen Charizard yet. It will be. I will do a video on it soon. It's just how soon, you know? We have 3 Dark Energies, a Dark Patch, and a Pecharunt. We do have the Radiant Greninja, which actually is really helpful. Munkidori, less helpful. Here's something we can do. Put our 2 Pokemon on the bench, conceal cards, get a Binding Mochi and a Nest Ball. Kind of cute. Nest Ball. Okidogi. I thought we were going to be able to get an attack off here, but there's no way to get Pecharunt into the active. I mean, Pecharunt can't do anything anyway, right? Yeah, it does 0 damage right now, so never mind. I'm a dingus. I can manually attach, though, to the Okidogi. And then subjugating chain to get it to the active spot. It's poisoned, but it was going to be poisoned anyway. I don't need a Dark Patch here, because it'd just be a waste of my card. And then we can Poisonous Musculature to grab 2 Dark Energies from our deck and attach them to Okidogi. And the next turn, the Starmander's dead. So we take the 10 there. If only I had a little more damage on me. Because, like, we could KO a full Charizard next turn if we only had a little more damage on us. Unfortunately, we'll only have 20. And I can only do... Well, actually, I can't even do 300. Wait. No, yeah, I would be able to do 300. I'd be able to do 300. I can move 20 onto a Pokemon. The Defiance Band choice is interesting because it doesn't help you here. So Charizard's going to get its 2 Fire Energies. So it's going to be able to attack here, but it's only 180. Oh, wait! I'll be able to KO their Charizard if they attack me. This is perfect. This is perfect for me. Do it! Hit me! Attack me. Attack me, Charizard. Do it. Do it to it. What are you waiting for? Attack me. There it is, Burning Darkness. They're going to be so sad. They're going to be the saddest people on the beach. We have a Pecharunt. So what I can do here, that's kind of a good synergy. We can conceal cards, discard our Dark Energy, get 2 cards. Dark Patch, a Dark Energy. I'm dumb. Oh no, I threw. I forgot. Munkidori is not that guy. I messed up. I messed up so hard. I could have KO'd the Charizard this turn, but I was like, oh, I could just Dark Patch on the Munkidori. You can't. So Audible. We have to pull an Audible here. Bad. I really messed up there doing that. I really did. Oh, I didn't put the Binding Mochi. Because I was so sad. Yeah, we could have KO'd the Charizard there, but I threw. That's my fault. I threw. I forgot about Dark Patch only attaching the Dark type Pokemon. Whoopsie. Daggers. Iono, that helps me a ton. get a Dark Patch. A Duskull. Rare candy, so Charmander and... Or no, Pidgeot, right? You want a Pidgeot, not a Charizard? Yeah, Pidgeot. Pidgeot. I threw so hard. It's not even funny how hard I just threw. Because a Charizard be dead and they'd have nothing to attack me here unless they get a Charizard. I've been doing that a lot lately, just throwing. Okay, they evolve into Charmeleon. I'm gonna take the early lead because I'm a dingus. I can't stress to you how much of a dingus I am. I mean, if anything, Pecharunt can KO them here. But I'd rather not have to rely on the Pecharunt if I can. I would need quite a few cards to get another Okidogi off. But it's still doable. That's the main thing here. I'm gonna put Greninja active. Pull a Pokemon Catcher. Play a Fezandipiti. Play a Super Rod. I need my Okidogi back, please. I preemptively gave it to you. Yeah, I can grab 2 Dark Energies and be fine. Hehe. Now I'm gonna Fezandipiti first. Trekking Shoes. No. Maybe I should have left those Dark Patches. Gosh. Actually, I can conceal cards now. Trekking Shoes? Yes. Okay. So, first off, Okidogi. Oh, okay, we got it, we're good. Dark Energy, manually attached. Dark Patch, onto the Okidogi. Arven for the Energy Switch and the Binding Mochi. Energy Switch from the Pecharunt to the Okidogi. I could attach the Binding Mochi here, but I don't need to. I do need to use Subjugating Chains to make the Okidogi active. And then Craze Chain. Actually, I didn't need the Subjugating Chains because I would have KO'd no matter what. But we're here now. Okay. Janine's Secret Art will be helpful. And an Energy Switch. That's going to actually be really clutch if we get KO'd this turn. Which is highly possible with the Duskull sitting on the bench. Evolve into Charizard. Infernal Rain to get 2 Fire Energies. Or 3 if you want, but you only need 2. There's the 2. Do they have the... I mean, you can Pidgeot for the Dusclops, right? And the Dusclops does... they can KO my Okidogi here because of Dusclops. So we're going to have to go fishing again. But I think we're in a better position this time, right? I mean, it sucks because we won't have the Munkidori stuff to do, which we could have done that one turn. But, no, actually, we should be fine, I think. It's going to be rough, but I think we'll be fine. You go for the Dusclops, right? You grab the Dusclops, attach it to your Duskull, KO yourself, put the damage counters on the Okidogi, and then that ensures the Charizard's KO. Buddy. Okay. For a Charmander and a Charmander. 2 different Charmanders. Why run this Charmander? I guess for the damage? Okay, I do just die. They don't have to worry about Dusclopsing. Which is good for them. Bad for me. Fezandipiti. Hold on. No, because they'll Dusclops me if I do that. I was gonna do the big gouging blast. How much does subjugating chains here do? 60 times 4 is only 120. That's not right. It's not right math. 240 is not enough still. Ultra Ball. To drop Squawk. Squawk and Pokemon Catcher. Grab an Okidogi. Play Okidogi. I don't think I can win. That's the issue. I don't think I can win. Because I don't think I get enough energy onto Okidogi this turn, right? Yeah, I know. Janine's Secret Art. Dark. Yeah, because I don't have a way to get Dark Patch. I mean, I can Energy Switch. Binding Mochi. Yeah. I think I just have to let them KO my Greninja. This is bad. Yeah. My misplay, that so early in the game misplay just threw this game for us, unfortunately. Because I think they can just win. As long as they're able to get a second Charizard. And they just boss swords. That's game. That's game. That sucks. Yeah, if we would have played the game right and attached instead of concealed cards like a dingus, we probably would have won that. So it's unfortunate, but hey, just remember, kids, think before you move. But yeah. Be sure to try this deck out for yourself because it is really strong, especially if you play it correctly. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. You can let me know how much of a dingus I am too for that freaking concealed cards play. But other than that, thank you so much for joining us. Deck list is in the description below. I'll try to remember to have that right away instead of like the next day and try to have it right away. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.